So one of the arguments that the so-called apostolic churches use, the Orthodox, Catholic, Assyrian Church of the East, Coptic, is that um, they are the original church, and so that's why you should be a part of one of those, because even though they've all anathematized each other, they're the true church. And the problem with that is it relies on the standard historical narrative, and it's kind of ironic because most devout people in the apostolic churches reject the standard historical narrative, and they reject the standard political narrative, such as the Crusades, or kind of like the controversy over Catholic priests, because while that is a problem, you don't hear the same ruckus about public school teachers, even though last year in the high school to my wife's middle school, there was 3 teachers arrested for pedophilia. And so, but you don't hear that all over the news, but you hear, Father O'Shaughnessy or whatever, right? And then, so we know there's deception going on, and then again, devout apostolic Christians would say that the devil rules the world system. But the thing is, they don't examine their own church. They just say, oh, we're the original church because I'm in it, and so it must be right. And then there's a lot of pride that issues from this idea that your organization is correct. Because, again, the word church in the Greek, in the Bible, does not have to do with a top-down hierarchical structure, organization, and building. Ecclesia just means the called out ones, the gathering of the called out ones, those who have repented of their sins and follow Christ. It has nothing to do with an organization. It's very parochial. It's meant to be a bishop over a city, an elder over a church, and deacons to help the individual churches. There's not a patriarch in the Bible. There's definitely no pope in the Bible. Like, even Orthodox have the same understanding as Protestants about the interpretation of the rock verse. It's all apostolic authority to the apostles. Even the words rock and rock are different in the Greek. One is a foundation stone, and the other is like a pebble, kind of like a stoning stone. Is like what I was told. Is like a thick rock, like a baseball, softball sized rock. And then, so I would just encourage apostolic Christians to also examine, if your church created the Bible, then how come your church doesn't follow the Bible, like the 10 Commandments, right? For the Catholics, or other things like that.